Assalamu alaikum, my name is Rabia Carvalho from the Healing Center 786 in Durban. In our first video of this series, we spoke about finding our goals and trying to discover what it is that we really want to do, so that if you had to choose what it is that you want to do in life, you would choose to do something that resonates with your life purpose. And we spoke a little bit about understanding that there is a need to meet financial obligations, obviously. So while you're in the process of becoming, and we all are a work in progress, there are certain things that you will need to learn. There are certain things that you will need to experience and grow into in order to live the goal that you want to live. Okay, or to have the profession that you want to have, or to have the experiences, the life experiences that will make you happy. Right, so today we're going to talk a little bit about the obstacles that will face you. You see, there are internal obstacles from the perspective that there are skills that you need and there are experiences that you need to live through. And not all of these are going to be pleasant, and not all of these are going to be easy. But then there are obstacles that come from the outside. There will always be the naysayers that say to you, oh, you can never do that. You can never be that. Why do you even try? Why even bother? You know why? Because you have a light that shines inside you, and you have a purpose that lives inside you. There is a desire to be more or to do more. Don't let anybody take that away from you. Don't let anybody steal your joy or steal your passion of what it is that you want to do. So you're going to have to develop a really, what is the best way to put this? You're going to have to develop a thick skin. You're going to have to be able to say to yourself, I hear that this person is saying that. I hear that maybe there's more than one person saying that I won't be able to achieve the goal, but I believe that I can do this. So I will take in what is said. Please excuse the noise of the birds outside, but I will take in what is being said about this, and I'm going to weigh it up, and I'm going to say, right, how much of what is being said to me is based on fact? For example, you can never be taller. Certain things you cannot change. I can never be taller. I will always be a little short person. So that is never going to change unless some radical technology comes around. So certain things are never ever going to change. All right? But everything else I can change. I may be small in stature, but I do not have to be small in my approach to life, or in my approach to people's lives, or to what they are capable of doing, or to even what I am capable of doing. So I weigh up what people are saying and take it on board. Take the criticism and say to yourself, right, of these arguments that they are making, what of this is true? What of this is not? What if this is simply pointing to me another thing that I need to learn? And make a list. It's okay. We say in my home culture, and I am Portuguese, we say, o saber não ocupa espaço. So knowledge does not occupy space. You can gather knowledge for the rest of your life. You can gather skills and abilities for the rest of your life, and it is not going to detract from you in any way. It's going to add to you. So yes, allow people to voice their opinions, smile nicely, accept graciously that which fits, and rather than argue your case, simply live your walk. It's easier to show people that you can do something by doing it than it is to try to convince them why you need to do it. Because once you are walking a certain path, people will begin to see it, and they will begin to give you credence, and they will begin to believe in your dream. If not as much as you, at least they will begin to believe in you. And those that don't, that's okay. You can take your piece and walk away. You're allowed to do that. You do get to determine who is in your inner circle and who is not. You do get to determine how much of yourself you give and how much of yourself you receive from other people. So you receive bits of yourself through the information that you're getting. And this is what I mean. So people are saying to you, this and this and this and this, you can never do, you will never achieve this. Those statements are to be expected. There will always be those who do not believe. There will be always those who do not have faith in you. Maybe you have a track record where you've hopped around a lot. Maybe you have a track record where you haven't really ever looked at that particular direction. But maybe it's just because you've never had the courage to say, wow, that dream is really big, but maybe I can just try. And when that try goes from being a desire to being steps that you implement, and you start to learn the skills that you need, you maybe, as we said, take a course. When you start to show that you are developing in the direction of your dreams, you begin to attract to you the people that will believe in those dreams as well. And you begin to surround yourself increasingly with people who contribute positively to your love tank. I call it a love tank, like a little petrol tank of love that you have for yourself. People that contribute to you with their skills, maybe their time. Maybe they say to you, you know what, you're wanting to learn this and this, I can help you. It is so true. They say that when the student is ready, then the teacher will appear. Until you are ready, until you believe, it's not going to happen. But the moment you believe, even just a tiny amount, the size of a grain of sand, you believe that the dream that you have is achievable, and you start to break it down into the skills that you need, that reinforces your belief. And step 2 then is to take on board the advice, sometimes criticism of other people, to weigh it up objectively and logically and say, yes, here they are right, here they are not. And you can choose to say, that part of the advice is purely negative, I don't need it, goodbye. And that's okay. And so you continue to foster. You've gone from fostering your skills, growing in your skills, to fostering the relationships that you need to influence you to continue along this road that you have chosen. So step 1, consider what you need to know. Step 2, consider who you need to know. Eliminate the negative. What's that song? Eliminate the negativity. Latch on to the affirmative, something of that nature. I'm sure you know it. Latch on to the affirmative. Latch on to the positivity. Don't lend your ears out to those people who say you can't do it, because you may be selling out a big dream for a really little price. It's okay that people are not going to believe in you. They don't have to. You do. As long as you believe in you and you are doing the work and you are walking the path towards your dream, towards your goal, nobody else has to believe in you. If you believe in you enough and you walk that path, you will show them that you are capable. Not that you have to prove anything to anyone, but it is really great to have the support of people that you love and people that you admire and people that you respect. And I promise you, if you stay focused on your goal for longer than 6 months, because this is not going to happen overnight, whatever your goal is, if you stay focused on a dream that you have, on a desire that you have of some work that you're wanting to do, some contribution that you are wanting to make to the world, that will give back to you 1,000-fold. And tip number 2 that I have for you today, as you are growing and learning and you are discerning between the advice that you're going to accept and the advice that you're just going to park and you're going to say, actually, no, that's not what I need to hear right now. That's okay. That's on you. You have the right to your opinion. You don't have to change their opinion. Whilst you are doing that and you're holding on to belief, the other thing that you need to do is begin to think about, how do I break down this great big goal into smaller steps and smaller goals. So let's say that you wanted to sell, you're in sales, you want to be a big time seller, you've got a series of pens that you've created and you want to sell these pens, and you want to sell 3 billion pens in a year. Okay, this is a really silly example, but it's straightforward and it's something you can relate to, I'm sure. So you're wanting to sell 3 billion pens in a year. It sounds completely overwhelming, doesn't it? But break it down into how many pens you'd need to sell a month. Then break it down into how many you'd need to sell a week. Then break that down into what do I need to do every day in order to meet my weekly target? What do I need to do every week in order to meet my monthly target? And all of that comes from your big goal. So whether it is that you're selling something, or you need to meet so many people because maybe you're in a networking business, some of them work, some of them are pyramid schemes, I don't know, but there are so many out there. Maybe that's your dream. Who knows? Who am I to judge what your dreams are? So break that down into something that's less scary, and break that down further into something that's even less scary than that. And then suddenly it starts to look achievable. Now you take the skills that you're learning, the connections that you're starting to build, and that self-belief, and you start to put together a strategy towards living your dream, living your goal. Maybe your goal isn't a particular work that you're wanting to do. Maybe your goal is to own your own home. I have had clients who wanted their own home and they said to me, Rabia, this is never going to happen for me. When am I ever going to own my own home? And I say, all you need is a little bit of belief, a little bit of preparation, and a lot of dedication. And it can happen. And so it has. And there are some of my clients who will phone me and say, you know, when you said to me 6 months ago, when you said to me a year ago that you have this feeling that yes, I can do it if I dedicate myself to it, why not? I thought you were crazy, but here I am in my own home, or in my own car, or happily married, or finally getting out and meeting people, or finally walking away from an abusive situation. All of these things are goals. Some goals are really big and really scary to you, and to me they look very small. And some goals are really, really big and really scary to me, and for you it's like, this is a piece of cheese, what is she even worried about? So at the end of the day, you have a goal and you work towards it. You establish what you need to know, and you establish who your tribe is going to be while you are walking towards that dream. Who is your tribe? Who are your people? Sometimes it's not the people you expect to be your people. Sometimes the people you least expect to have your back, to help you, to lend a hand, to teach you something, are those people that you greatly resent, that maybe you've had really bad experiences with. And I can tell you from my personal experience, there have been people in my life in the past where I've met them and I thought, goodness, I don't think my energy resonates with the energy of this person. But let me give them the benefit of the doubt, because maybe there's something in me that their energy is not liking. Let's see where this goes. Give them the benefit of the doubt, because sometimes those people that start out being so against you become your greatest allies. And those that aren't, the haters, well, you know what they say, haters are just fans in denial. So let them be your fans in denial. You carry on chipping away at your dream, building the skills, working towards where you want to be or what you want to achieve, step by step. It's doable. Everything is doable. I'm Rabia Carvalho from the Healing Center 786. Look out for part 3 on Living Your Goals, where we break things down a little bit further. Have an awesome day.